available, and maybe we'll be able to see some from inside the house. That could be key, honestly. Coming up on today's episode, I'm going to take you through the highlights of our crazy Team 62 fundraising week down the shore, and to the thousands of people tagging me in the videos of Jason's banana hammock, I've seen it. And yes, I am going to talk about it. After that, I'm excited to be joined by an award-winning actress, and of course, someone I have no business speaking to. Priyanka Chopra Jonas. But first, on a brand new installment of Places Kylie has some business being, this week I can admit it, I did have some business being down the shore in Sea Isle for our incredible Shorebirds fundraiser for the Eagles Autism Foundation. It was crazy. And guys, we did it. We raised over $1 million. Record-setting year. We've had a record-setting year every single year. 5 years, every year, record-setting. Cool. And we had a lot of fun reaching that fundraising goal. We kicked things off with our Not Gonna Lie yoga class on the beach. Shout out to the real ones that signed up. Shout out to Cheryl for teaching the class. I genuinely didn't know yoga was supposed to be that hard. And by hard, I mean challenging in a way that it was exciting. I liked it. Then we had our main Shorebirds event at the Ocean Drive in Sea Isle City, where my husband decided to climb on top of a large chair reserved for the OD bouncers, rip off his shorts, and reveal his red, white, and blue banana hammock. Where was I when this clip happened? I'm going to tell you where I was. I was at home feeding our small child. Yep. Was it a strategic move to go and feed our child while intros were happening? Yes. Did I miss this on purpose? No. I didn't want to be there for the intros because that means I don't have to be introduced. By the time I was coming back, I had received a text message of the behind angle and proceeding to Magic Mike his shorts off. I have not seen this move before. This is not, I don't know if he practiced. If he did, it was with doors closed. I haven't seen this move. Am I bitter about that? A little bit. And I did know that the Speedo was happening because this bet has been in effect between Jason and Bo Allen for a very long time. I want to say 3 months that they have been on a weight loss journey. And I knew that the penalty was to wear a Speedo to the OD event. I also know that I've been feeding him donuts and buying baked goods when appropriate. And was it a little bit of sabotage? No. If it was, Bo Allen, you owe me some money because you're welcome. I am unsure of all of the parameters set forth during this bet, but what I will tell you is that he was so committed to this bit that he wore it the entire event, and he wore it in the poorhouse after the event, which is where we sort of tie the night together. We take our group photo. We hang out with the OD staff and the Eagles staff that are kind enough to volunteer. He wore it then. And then he got in our golf cart and wore it home. He wore it all the way home. I'm unsure where the breakaway shorts are. To be clear, I don't know. They might be off in the world now because he certainly didn't put them back on. I do think it's comical that I just asked you guys to stop putting drool emojis under my husband. And then he came out in a crop top and did breakaway shorts. I do see that. I wasn't trying to set you guys up for failure. I genuinely wasn't. It was a timely thing that I needed to address based on the thirst traps of my husband in a bluey two-piece in the south of France. And then he just went on and continued to be sexy. I can't help that. Then we got to guest bartending, where I was rightfully behind the Shirley Temple bar, slinging Shirley Temples. I was back there with 2 bartenders, Queen Emma, she was with me, and I just went out there, to say hello, mostly to get a frozen Shirley Temple. And Jamie gave me a fuck around and find out bracelet. I love that. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie and I also saw each other last year, and she gave me a fuck off bracelet. So stay tuned. Next time I see Jamie, who knows what the bracelet will say. I love that. And I love that Jamie gets it. In terms of Team 62 at the Ocean Drive and Shorebirds and all of the things that unfolded, I mean, who knows how much we'll raise in year 6. It's exciting what we've been able to do in the last 5 years. It is with the help of the businesses in Sea Isle, the Ocean Drive, the Yacht Club of Sea Isle City, all of our sponsors that we've had over the years, all of the guys who come to guest bartend. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. And top of the list, also all of our volunteers from the Eagles, all of our volunteers from EAF. But really, the most obvious one that I think gets skipped over because it's the most obvious is my husband. I'm just super grateful that he's committed the last 5 years to continuing to raise the bar and continuing to set records, like I said, and to continue to give other guys the opportunity to feel the enthusiasm of the fans, to raise money, and to have such a massive impact on the fundraising for the Eagles Autism Foundation. So really shout out to my husband, because you did that. 5 years worth of hard work, and you look damn good doing it. So yeah, I said it. And that does it for places Kylie has some business being. Moving on, we just got some big news out of Philly, and I think it might be safe to say that NGL can take credit for it. No, I'm kidding. We know that this was probably a lot longer in the making, and it was just a really timely question that I asked Dawn Staley if she would ever be interested in the Philadelphia WNBA team. But just days after I talked to her, you see what I'm saying? It's officially happening. It wasn't us, but I'm cool with it. It adds to our list of manifestations. That's all I'm saying. Because I genuinely did not know about this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't know about it. Philly will become the WNBA's 18th team, and the first season is set for 2030. I'm so excited. I feel like I need to reconnect with Dawn Staley. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think that there's a little bit of controversy about who's going to own the team. Just saying, it would be really cool if it was female owned, but if you need additional female investors, maybe call me. Guys, here's the deal. Philadelphia is a passionate fan base. And I'm so excited for a WNBA team to be able to experience that level of passion. But also, I think we should recognize the fact that if someone else has bought into another city that is, I don't know, maybe one of our rivals, that maybe they shouldn't have to be so deeply ingrained in our sports culture. I am very excited to have the opportunity to not only go and watch WNBA games right here in Philadelphia, but also to bring my girlies, because they are due to be giants. And I say that being a giant myself, and maybe at least one of them will be into basketball. That would be cool. There's also been a lot of ideas thrown out there for the potential name of Philly's WNBA team. And I got to say something to the people pitching names like the Philadelphia 76ers, the Liberty Bells, and the 70 Sisters. Jesus, that's so bad. I think it's important to recognize that we do not need to lean into a female version of a name. That we can just lean into badass and let it be, you know? I'll tell you the one name that I heard that I am okay with. And that would be the Philadelphia Broads. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in Philadelphia, Broad is Broad Street, obviously, that runs through the center of the city. But the last time Broads was used in a name for a professional team in the city was the Broad Street Bullies, which was in reference to an era of the Flyers. And they were badasses. They were busting out fights left and right. They were handling business on the ice. So to me, being from here, Broads sounds like powerful. I like it. Bells, not so much. Let's not do that. We don't need to be like delicate, dainty. We can be feminine and girly and still be badasses. Okay. There's other names I do like, the Philadelphia Rage, which the Rage was led by Dawn Staley in 1996. So it makes sense that we would have the Rage back. And also, let's be real, we do have some rage here in Philadelphia. Well, now that that's been addressed, it's time for my conversation with Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I actually taped this from my brand new Shore House set. Let me know what you guys think. Also, fair warning, there's a high probability a toddler crashes this set in the future. So, because it is a bedroom at our beach house. But first, Duncan. I've talked about my love for Duncan's Butter Pecan Iced Coffee so much on this show. I've debated renaming it to Not Gonna Lie with Butter Pecan. Kind of awesome, right? Seriously, I might do it. However, there's one thing stopping me. It wouldn't be fair to one of my new loves at Duncan, their Mango Pineapple Refresher with a green tea base. God, that's a good summer drink. It is so refreshing. It's kind of tart and it's sweet, but it's a little tea, if you catch my drift. And you can give it a try right now. Head to your local Duncan or go right into the Duncan app and customize your own refresher by combining your favorite flavors and drink bases. It's so customizable. You can do whatever you want. With flavors like strawberry dragon fruit, mango pineapple, and tropical guava, you can't go wrong. Treat yourself with exactly what you've been craving. This summer, head to Duncan to build your refresher your way. Mix and match your favorite flavors and mixers to craft the perfect sip. She's an award-winning actress and global sensation from Bollywood to Hollywood. She's also on quite possibly every list of the most influential and powerful people in the world. Plus, she's an advocate for girls' health and education in India, a fellow mom, and now she's not gonna lie. Priyanka Chopra Jonas, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I'm such a fan of your show. I love what you do on the show and I love your conversations. I was so excited to come on.
Thank you. We are so excited to have you. You're yet another guest I have no business talking to. And I'm excited because we also have the girl mom thing going on.
Yes, we do.
Not going to lie, Priyanka, I was just watching The Tonight Show. And as a mom, when you were talking about balancing your shoots, long flights, your husband's work, your daughter's school, pretty much everything, I felt that deep in my bones. I've always said I kind of thrive in chaos. Do you prefer that level of commitment and chaos?
You know, I used to think that. And maybe this was in my 30s and I was like, you know, or my 20s where I was like, you know, I thrive in chaos, and when shit's just thrown at me from every direction is when I can get laser focused and burn the candle on both ends. But now as I'm in my 40s, I like having a plan. I like being organized. I like lists. I like them checked off. I like figuring out what the entire day for everyone in our family is before I leave my house. So
That sounds so peaceful.
It's not.
Now, do you guys get a little bit of a break in the summer?
I did this year. I'm filming a movie in India after many, many years. So I was flying back and forth, and my husband, Nick, was on Broadway, and he just finished his show yesterday, actually. So we kind of moved to New York. We live in LA usually, and we moved to New York, and it's easier to fly to Asia from New York than it is California.
Speaking of travel, do you have any travel tips for kids? Because that is one thing that I am very much struggling with. It's something that almost holds me back, like the anxiety of traveling with kids.
Yes.
Almost holds me back from traveling more with them.
So a few things definitely is the more you do it, the more they get used to it.
Perfect.
So the more you
rip it off like a band-aid.
You have to. You just have to load them in the car, take them to the airport. I pick her up from bed when she's sleeping on my shoulder, put her in the car seat, get to the airport at 4 a.m. in the morning, and she'll wake up and she'll look around and she's like, oh, okay, I'm going back to New York from India. And then, she'll put her head on my shoulder and she'll wake up and, what I like to do with...
It has been quite a few months for Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and girlfriend Taylor Swift. The pair seems to be living their best lives, with Swift finally reclaiming her masters, original recordings of her music, and Kelce coming back for a 13th NFL season, as well as the tight end university program, which was a huge hit. But back to Swift and her masters. As we would expect any person who loves their partner, Kelce was riding shotgun next to Swift and reportedly behind her the entire time, and a source revealed to People.com that having her boyfriend next to her as she finally was empowered and got the musical rights to masters, made it all even better. She's proud, relieved, and finally feels like a chapter has closed in the best possible way, the source said. Having Travis by her side for that milestone made it even more special. He was honored to support her and he wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Added the source, it's been a turning point for their relationship in a lot of ways now, with Swift getting her masters and Kelce returning for what some think is his last season in the NFL. It is going to be quite the year for the pair. It is expected that Taylor, due to her absence from touring in 2025, will attend her fair share of Chiefs games at Arrowhead, and we also think that the couple might start making future plans for when Travis does retire. Whether that is marriage or something else, we get the sense that Travis and Taylor will be together for a long time. Kelce was by Swift's side for her milestone, and if this is Travis' last season, we'd imagine Taylor will be by his, too.